Hello, welcome to another episode of this bollocks. Dramatic readings of Stetson Hardwicke's god awful books. In this episode, we will be reading another one of his Wattpad masterpieces, The Many Things Wrong with Gage. The front cover is a meme that he made saying that Gage is after your kids, despite the fact that he is the nonce and has pictures of children as his personal branding. But Stetson Hardwicke is never one to, just realise that maybe you shouldn't be fucking pointing at somebody whilst you're clearly the person you're pointing at and saying, oh, look at what that person's doing, when you're obviously doing it and they're not. Anyway, being bullied by conservatives is not only stressful, but it's detrimental to the mental health of others. That's one thing that I never understand, right, about Stetson's whole philosophy. This all started because he said that rape and child molestation should be a thing that happens because it's not his business to get involved in it and try and stop it and all that shit. But he spent 4 years trying to get involved and trying to stop people calling other people names. I don't understand what his fucking philosophy is. The guy's a loon. I share my stories of my victimhood at the hands of Gage and his cult, so that others can learn from my experience and protect themselves and their family from such evil. What, the evil of being told you're a dumb shit? Okay. I'm gonna go get a baby balm and I'll be right back. Okay, got a baby bell. Let's go. I think I said baby balm before I paused. I apologise if I did. Gage is a bully, and like the majority of bullies, they do it out of hatred. So by this point, it's 2021, and he's grown completely and utterly obsessed with Gage. Now, admittedly, I find his books a bit boring at this point because they're all the same. They all sound exactly the same. But we'll see if there's any golden nuggets in this shit. I mean, likelihood is it's going to be the same shit, but it's far enough into the past that he might accidentally out himself and say something that fucks over his newer narrative. So, we might have fun. Gage is a bully, and like the majority of bullies, they do it out of hatred, bigotry, and intolerance against others. With Gage, however, the list goes on to include, but not limited to, racism, transphobia, homophobia, and an attack on the LGBT plus community and their families. For 3 years, Gage has harassed and stalked me on the internet. Yeah, harassed and stalked as in, you do something every day and he's barely addressed you with less and less time between things. Like, the longer this has gone on, the more you address him and he addresses you a lot less. But he stalks you. With the help of his cult, the GC2, Gage continues to push his hatred towards transgender authors like myself. How many transgender authors has Gage even mentioned? I'm sorry, did he have a problem with the people who made that Jupiter Falls thing? Was it Jupiter Falls? Jupiter Summit with Mila Kunis, and I think that had a trans, person in charge of it. I don't think he's ever mentioned that film or that book, so their books and projects and slandered them by calling them transgender people perverts and pedophiles. Are you sure it's not because they're perverts and pedophiles? Gage Kirby is one of those egotistical type of person who never admits when he is wrong. Yeah, he's the kind of egotist who makes his own country where he's the president and comes up with a language where his name literally means beauty in that language. But he's the narcissist, not the person who actually did that, which was you, idiot. But takes all the time in the world to make excuses for his illegal and corrupt acts against humanity. Such as slander being one of them. Everything you've written has been libelistic horseshit. You've made podcasts which are slanderous, and you've made videos which are both libelistic and slanderous. You're an idiot. The other is stealing copyrighted materials that do not qualify as under fair use. Okay, one, you don't understand what fair use is. Two, you've done that to me, and you don't even know me. You stole my video and put it in your shitty podcast, which I wouldn't take umbrage were it not for the fact that you cry about your intellectual property all the time. But in this scenario, you don't consult me, you don't address anything I've said or done, you're just going, yep, I'm just going to steal all your shit. He has a history of verbal abuse and violence against the LGBT plus community. Source, please. He mocks his victims and emotionally scars them for life. Source? He isn't intelligent or funny, and he is a creep. Bitch, you wrote a book about a girl who dumped you because she didn't want to date you because you're a bloke. Shut the hell up. At first, I felt that I could help him be a beneficial part of society. Why is that your job? Why is that your thing? Why did you have to do that? Why is it that people saying that people like Joseph Daniels and fucking Andrew Velasco are not acceptable in the slightest, are bad because they're getting involved with blah blah blah? Meanwhile, you can get involved with literally everyone and there's no penalty. It's like, oh yeah, it's fine when I do it, but when everybody else does it, they're the problem. And not be so pessimistic about life and the world. I tried to see the good side of Gage. However, on 2018, 16, so the 16th of June 2018, Gage started his bullying campaign against me for no reason that logically makes any sense. Yeah, it's almost like you know, it's almost like it's not a bullying campaign, and it's almost like he just called you out for being a dick. It's almost like that's the more logical conclusion to draw from this mess. Gage constantly calls me the F slur, referring to gay people that I cannot say on YouTube because I will be fucking removed from the platform because people don't understand context on this website. Encouraging me to kill myself, and most famously, go cut yourself with a razor blade. That's good advice, really. Amongst other vulgar and detestable things. He doesn't seem to understand that his actions have consequences. No, that seems more like your thing. You don't seem to understand that when you do stupid bullshit, it causes other stupid bullshit to happen. In fact, I think you do understand. You just play dumb when it's brought up to you. Yet when this happened, he blames the Liberals, Black Lives Matter, and his projects, his actions on others, so that they, other people, can take the blame. Yeah, sure, because, when he stubs his toe in the morning, he's like, God damn those Black Lives Matter people! They set me up! For 3 years, he has demoralized me as a human being. Oh, that's not right, you're not a human being. And as a transgender woman, you're not a transgender woman, you're a bloke in a frock. You actually are, if you were actually transgender, like Cassandra Mel, and I don't like or agree with Cassandra Mel, but I still respect her. I don't respect you because it's clear as day that you want to use your status as a transgender individual to avoid criticism. I don't think you even are. I don't think you have gender dysphoria. I don't think you are trans. I think what you are is you're pulling a Saul Goodman where you've just rebranded yourself and nobody's allowed to remember who you used to be. Everyone has to respect you as this new person. Well, no, they don't. I don't. I honestly wish that Gage never found me on YouTube that night. Bitch, if he never found you on YouTube that night, you probably would have hung yourself by now. I wish that nobody had to suffer him and his motivation for violence against the LGBT plus community. Yeah, that community that mostly dominates this server at this point. But this is what you get from conservatives. a beating, and no apologies afterwards. Wait, so if I kick the shit out of you but apologize, it's okay? Like, I could do that? If I Negan batted you to the floor and then spat on what remained of your head and then said, I'm really sorry, mate, I shouldn't have done that, and then walked away, that'd be fine. Okay. You see, I'm learning things all the time. One thing that is really scary is that Gage wants to attack you and your families who either support the LGBT plus community or those who are part of the LGBT plus community. I'm sorry, who was it who fucking doxed him and encouraged people to attack him? I'm sure it wasn't Gage with you. I'm pretty sure you did it with Gage. Although, to be fair, you don't have a family because your family abandoned you, and you don't have a home because you're homeless. So, you know. As a conservative street preacher, Gage preaches the word of hatred and false ideologies, all in the name of love. What, so does he just stand on the corner? I tell you all, people of this place, of Tumbleweed, or whatever my town is, I tell you all, you should shun the gays and be hateful towards them because, amen. Is that what you picture Gage doing with his spare time, just standing in the street, being like that in a suit, like that guy from GTA, the preacher from? Is that actually how you picture Gage, just being the preacher from GTA 4? I think it was. You will burn for this. He tries to hide his prejudice against our community. It's not your community, you lying little shit. You've attacked everyone in that community for no fucking reason. Shut the fuck up. But it won't fool me. You can't be fooled because you're already a fool. I am living in the witness of Gage's madness. Oh, sorry, just Gage madness. My mistake. He has threatened to smash my skull into the pavement. Well, that's not nice. I mean, the pavement doesn't deserve to have shit smeared over it when it leaks out of your head. For telling him to please leave transgender people and others out of his personal hit list. No. You lying little shit, shut up. Gage will do anything to get his personal vendetta on the LGBT plus community. What personal vendetta are you talking about? Like, is there going to be a thing where he jumps out of a helicopter with two guns at a pride parade screaming like Danny Trejo in Pickled Rick? Like, is that what you picture? He has made it his mission to rid you, bracket LGBT plus Black Lives Matter, black people, liberals, etc., from the face of the earth. Where's that mission statement? I've never fucking seen it. He makes racist memes. Source. Attacks disabled people. You can actually put images in your books here, so and various other things. So there's nothing to stop him from showing proof. He just doesn't. Attacks disabled people. Source. And even killed a bloke for thinking differently than him. Are you talking about the self-defense thing? Where basically two crackheads attacked him and they got shot? I don't even know if it was him who shot them or the other guy, but somebody shot them, and basically you've been crying about it ever since. You see, that's what I don't understand. Why is it you simp so hard for a bunch of crackheads, but then when it comes to other people, you seem to just think that you and anyone else attacking them is perfectly fine? See, this is why people don't respect leftists, because leftists seem to believe that simping for people their entire fucking lives is fine up until it's someone they disagree with, and then it's all bets are off, gloves are off, beat the shit out of them, kill their entire family and burn the house down because they said something they dislike. People don't like leftists because of this stupid double standard that you have, where if it's somebody doing something against you, it's a crime against humanity, but you can do anything to them and you're never in the wrong. It's fucking retarded. Gage is a threat to himself and others. In what capacity? His transphobia is getting in the way of him having a peaceful and happy life. What transphobia? He has several friends who are trans. What are you on about? I have done nothing wrong to him. Well, how long have you got? Because I could list all the things that you've done wrong to him, like, sending shitty things about his family, attacking his friends, attacking several other people, misgendering his friends, being creepy with him, doing that thing for a while where you tried to say that you were in love with him or some shit just to be extra creepy. I have tried to show him the love and compassion that any human being would be appreciative. Yeah, but the problem is you're a fucking creep about it. Also, you haven't. You doxed him and were a complete twat. That's not the same thing. Sadly, Gage is and always will be a conservative. The right wing agenda is against transgender people and their allies. Nevertheless, there is never an excuse to push hatred on other people. Most of the right wing, even the ones who say shitty things about trans people, do not actually attack people for saying positive things about trans people. And I don't like transphobia as a thing, but most of the transphobes that I know of are not what you describe here. And Gage certainly isn't one of those people, and he's certainly not what you describe here, so shut up. I try to get away from him, but he always finds me. By try to get away from him, you mean you post fucking podcasts slandering him and libeling him on an almost weekly basis. He is always watching me, because you have a public platform, you idiot, stalking me, verbally abusing me, and then lying about it after. Bitch, you're the liar. Like, all you do is lie about everything. You say that you don't do things that you've blatantly done. He has even said to me that your mother should have aborted you. Yeah, she should have. Every day he always wishes something bad would happen to me. Why is that in quotation? He's always on YouTube judging and attacking people, making stuff up about them, bullying them for their dyslexia. Do you have dyslexia? Because you've not mentioned that until now. Attacking them because of how they look. When will that madness end? That's a question, and he's a question mark, idiot. We get it, okay? You, Gage, hate trans people and who are not and those who are not conservative, straight, and white like you. Move on already and leave me alone. Why is it when he doesn't talk about you for months, you keep posting dumb shit about him? It's interesting. Like, what was it, May, when you had that conversation with him? You posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 things. I won't count the newest one. Right. But 14 things at a time where Gage wasn't talking about you. You posted 14 of these things about him. Yet you're the one that can't get away from him. This was at a time where Gage refused to even say your name. It's also funny as well that, like, he's got people like Anthony and Dan and Jennifer in his server who fit the criteria of the people he apparently hates so much. Move on already and leave me alone. Leave my community alone. You don't have a community. You're just some fat crybaby in a diaper sat in his government paid apartment whinging about everything. Leave my family alone. You don't have a family. They abandoned you. Keep your hateful nonsense to yourself and get mental help. You need a shotgun surgeon. Because I am this close to getting him sectioned into a mental hospital. Oh, good luck with that. Really, good luck with that. You'll have a fucking job. So, yeah, that's the end of that. It's a mini bite-sized version of all of his novels. Jesus, he couldn't sell it, so he gave it away for free. Right, so that book, utter shit. I don't have any other fucking phrase to describe it. Absolute dog shit. Okay then. So that is. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what that was. I can't remember the title of it. Oh god. You know what? It's apparently 2 minutes of reading, and it fried my brain because it's so fucking dumb. It's also quite late. I've done all of the series sequentially, like one after another, but I'm obviously releasing them in separate chunks. See how well it does. But anyway, yeah. That was episode 5, I believe, and the last part will be Age Never Existed, the story of Gage. This will be fun. Till next time.